Good day everyone, my name is Ty. Today I'd like to give a quick demonstration about our project, Office Lighting Control System. So in this project, we design and develop a system to control office lighting to save power consumption, to save energy. Alright, so for example in this setup, we got the light there and the windows covered by a curtain. With this current setup, the light has to be on to its maximum power. But if the curtain is open, then sunlight will come in inside the room. Then we may not need to turn the light to that maximum power. We can reduce the brightness of the light. Or we can turn it off completely. Depends on how much light we get through the windows. Okay, so in order to determine how much light, whether we should increase or decrease brightness of the office light, we need to estimate how much brightness currently we have in the room, right? So this is done with the help of a camera. So there is the camera I attached to the light. This little camera capture image and send that image to this the main board, which is this JSON Xavier board. So image processing algorithm inside this board is done to estimate brightness, the current brightness in the room. And if we know the current brightness, and if we know the desired brightness, then we can determine whether we should turn the brightness, increase the brightness of the light or decrease the brightness of the light. The controller that we use in our system is a PID controller. So that PID controller is implemented inside this board as well. Okay, so suppose we know how to suppose that we need to that we need to decrease the power supplying to the light to decrease its brightness. We need a dimmer, right? So this is our dimmer. Okay, right. So this dimmer is supposed to be inside this housing, but for this demonstration, I put it out so we can see the circuit board of this dimmer. Right, so the black code is connected to the main, and the white one is connected to the office light. Okay, so this is the solid state relay dimmer. Right, so in order to increase brightness, we increase the power. So we increase the PWM cycle supplying to this dimmer. Okay, now let's jump to the computer so we can see the action. Right, so let me just put the camera back here. Right, the web application of our system. So we have two operation mode. We have the manual mode and the auto mode, right? So we can switch between two mode, right? So in the manual mode, we can just manually turn the light on and off, right? And in this dashboard, we have a display panel. In this display panel, we can see the live feed video coming from the camera, and this is the chart graph to display the power consumption percentage. Okay, so 0% means that we turn the light completely off, and 90% to turn it to 90% power. I don't in this demonstration I'm not doing 100% for the purpose of maximize the effect of the dimmer. Right, so let's turn the light off. Okay, so if I turn the light off, so the power consumption is 0, jumps to 0, right? Because we don't drive any power to the light at all. right? And this is computed brightness level. So the term computed brightness means that it is not the actual brightness. It is the computation brightness. It's computed through a image processing algorithm. So at the moment, say the brightness is 22. So the brightness level is determined is within the range 0 to 100. Okay, so at the moment it's 22. Right, if the light is off, so the brightness is 22, and it's not 0 because we got some light coming through the curtain as well. So that's why we have this 22, and power 0. So if I turn the light on, right, and then the power consumption is maximum, which is 90%, and the brightness that we have now is 38, 39. Right, so it jumps from 22 to 39. Okay, and we can manually control the brightness level here as well. Right, so that that is 0, and that is maximum. Right, so if let me just do halfway. Right, so 50%. Right, so we drive only 50% brightness to the light, and we can see it here. Right, the power is 50. Right, so we increase the power to 50% power to the light. That doesn't increase brightness to that level, because brightness computed brightness is something different with the it's relative with the the power supply. Right, for example, power supply is 0, but brightness is not 0. Right, so if if I open the curtain, then we can see that brightness is will be increasing. Right, so the curtain is open, so the sunlight coming into the office, into the room, and we can see that brightness is increasing. Right, so that's the manual mode control. So let me just close the curtain. Right, so for the auto mode control, in the auto mode control, we have two features. The first one is the occupancy detection. So basically, we do image processing to do people detection. So if the system detect someone is in the room, it will turn the light on. If the room is vacant, then it will turn the light off. Right, so at the moment room is occupied because I'm inside the room. Okay, so the other feature is the PID control. So we can control the brightness. So system will automate the brightness control operation. So in order to do that, so let me just set the desired brightness point. Let's say we make it somewhere around 30, 35. Let's say the brightness that we want is because the maximum brightness, let me just increase this one to maximum. If we drive maximum power to the light, we achieve somewhere around 39, right? So we it take a bit of time, the image processing algorithm sometimes take a bit of time to give out the updated result. So it would be somewhere around 35 to 39. So let's say if we make the brightness to be 30, right, and our brightness set point, right, and this is PID parameter for a PID controller. Say we set the P to 60, the I to be 4, and the D to be 4. The initial integral can be 0.1, or we can leave it as 0, right? And this occupancy delay, that is how much how much delay we apply to the system before it change the state. For example, when system detect if someone is in the room, it will turn how much the system, how much delay we need before system turn the light on, or when system detect if someone if nobody is inside the room, it may take a bit of time. We may need to have some certain delay before completely turn off the light, for the the sake of safety, right? So by default, I leave it 5 seconds. Okay, so these are all the setup for the auto mode. So once we've done that, then we can switch this to the auto mode, right? So now it is in the auto mode. It takes a bit of time, right? Okay, right. So as you can see that we want the set point to be 30, right? So we want the brightness to be 30. So system try to the Pid Control it's adjusting the power supply to the light, such that we can achieve somewhere close to 30 brightness level, right? And you can see that our power consumption has been reduced from maximum to only somewhere about 30%, right? So if suppose if I open the curtain, then we got more light, right? We get more light coming into the room, then we would expect the brightness of the light to be reduced, right? Just wait for a bit to see for the system to get to the stable state. When it gets to the stable state, right, so the brightness is now 30, which is exactly what we want. We want brightness to be 30. Right, so when brightness is 30, we drive only 20% of the power to the light, to the lamp. Okay, so if I open the curtain, right, so if I open the curtain, more light coming into the room, and you can see that the power, we don't need to drive too much power to the light, because we got sunlight. In this case, the light can be off completely, right? But the way I'm doing it is instead of driving that to be off completely, it takes a bit of time to to have the good effect, the pleasant effect to the people inside the room, right? So at the moment, we got enough sunlight, because our desired brightness is 30, so somewhere above 30 is good, right? And the current light that we get from the sun, the daylight is, the sun is 44, which is over 30. Then we don't need to turn the light on, so the light is off, right? So we can save power here, right? Suppose if the curtain is closed, or when it gets to evening, and the light is down, right? Then brightness jumps to below 30, then we have to, the system will increase, will turn on the light, right? And it keep adjusting the power brightness of the light until we achieve desired brightness, which is somewhere around 30%, 30 point. Right, so at the moment the room is occupied, but if the room is not occupied, it's vacant, then no matter how we don't need to turn the light on. Alright, so the light should be off completely because nobody is inside the room. Okay, so let me just cover the camera and right, so okay, so let me just cover the camera. Right, so it's vacant. Right, so the room is vacant. So it take a bit of time because I've got the delay here. So once the room is detected as vacant, the light should be off. Right,